Hello, everyone, and a very warm welcome to my series of videos for tips and strategies. I welcome once again all of you, and I request everybody to go through the video till the end to get some insights about strategies and tips that will enable you the confidence for the examination in this question item. I am your IELTS PT coach Jackson, and yet again with one more question item as I promised you in the last. Today, I am going to share with you one of the most important and yes, a simple question item for the PT, but yet a little challenging for participants. So let's move ahead in this video, go through the item of the question that I will describe to you, and a few things that you will, if you keep in mind, you will be able to practice it nicely and gain the desired scores that you require. So let's start off with the journey. One of the question item which is least important as termed by majority of the test developers for the PTA is your listening module, and the question item in that is select missing word. Personally, I don't keep this kind of distinguishing facts. Of course, it is important to work smartly, paying attention to questions that carry more weightage, but that does not mean that you will ignore the others. I personally believe and suggest everybody to make sure that they practice on all the different question items that you can expect during your examination. This will give you the confidence to score maximum points. You can always take points from every question item that you can easily get with. And of course, you need to put in extra efforts for the most important question items. In your listening module, there are a couple of questions that do not carry that weightage, but yes, can certainly add up your scores or just add on a few more pointers to improvise it and to reach to your desired score length that you look forward for. One such question item today I am going to share is your select missing word. Now, as I always say, before you actually sit down and take your listening practices, it is vital for you people to get a warm-up of the listening. How can you do that? There are plenty of resources available that you can practice to listen to first and try to observe and understand what are the different things that in a particular accent changes the pronunciation. You can expect accents from the Australia or the UK or the US. Majority of the time it is the Australian or the US accent. So please be careful. Try to get a familiarization in the way they pronounce each and every word. And accordingly, that will benefit you throughout the listening module. And of course, during your speaking also. This set of question, which is called as select missing word, as the name suggests, can also be taken as another question item, which is like complete the sentence ending. Okay, now as the term suggests, you will see there are 4 options or sometimes even 5 options provided on your screen. Before the audio begins, you will have around 6 to 7 seconds to go through the options. Now these options are generally short words or couple of words. You can say 1 or 2 or maximum 3 words. All right, it will not be elaborative sentences that will require time for you to read each and everything. Once you see on your screen the instruction that asks you to read the options and after which you can listen to the audio, the options are important. 7 seconds is more than enough for going through short words and 4 to 5 options provided. With the help of these options, try to visualize what content do you expect. Now that is a key for you to select the most appropriate one. Make a note of it based on whatever 4 pointers that have been provided to you as options. If you can, come to a conclusion of what the theme can be. For example, medical or science or history, architecture. Just in one word, you can just make a note in your notepad. What can you expect from the audio? Now comes the audio. As soon as the audio begins, start making note. Okay, now note does not mean start writing each and everything that you have heard in the audio. Rather, focus on the theme once again. In the audio, the speaker will clearly tell you the information about what he or she is discussing. It can be either science or history or political, whatever it is. The speaker will initiate the talks with these kind of information, which will give you an idea of what the context is all about. Based on that, as soon as the audio comes towards the end, you will hear a beep sound. Remember, that is what you have to select the word to fill in that beep sound. So you only have to select the right word. How to gain that right word? If you remember, I have told you the context plays an important role. So the context from the audio and your summary word that you have derived from going through all the options. See if those match. If not, keep your context aside and focus on the audio. Based on the audio, what is that you have thought about the context? Based on that, there will be one option which will be a close match. Generally, you will have to follow the process of elimination. Out of the four, two will be irrelevant because they will not incline with the audio directly. But there will always be two which will act as similar answers. But then, as I said to you, the key tip is the context in which it has been asked to you. For example, if you have a plain English or a functional language used in the office to search something, or that you have come across something, you can use the word identify. Whereas if the same thing has been researched into a science laboratory or with a doctor in the hospital, the term will be diagnose. If both these terms are there and if the context is reflecting onto the hospital, rather than identify, the patient was diagnosed with this kind of a problem. That is more relevant. This is the way you people have to ensure that you select the right word as per the information given to you by the speaker. It will be sometimes easy for you to gain this question because as soon as the speaker starts, there are a couple of sentences they are going to speak. And as soon as they come down towards the end, it will be a little easier for you to reflect on the one that actually completes the beep sound. And that is what you have to select. Remember, once again, in the listening module, the question will not automatically change the next screen. Once you have done with that, you click on the next screen and go to the next button. Okay. Now, remember, for this question item, the scores are not shared. It is only for the listening module. You can expect 2 or 3 such questions coming your way. So please ensure that you do it attentively. Do it once. Do not consume more time. There are other questions which needs your attention. There are only 2 or 3 questions. There is nothing if you have forgotten or if you have not recollected or not made a note of that you can think and try to recollect. If you're not sure about, click that you feel would be the most appropriate of whatever information initially you have recollected or you have gathered in your thought process. Based on that, select one and go to the next option. Make sure that in the next question, you are attentive. Even if the answer is wrong, you will only lose 1 point, no negative points. Okay, that means it will be scored 0. There are no negative marking. You will be transition to the next question. Pay attention to the next question and work it out. Especially to gain insights for questions like fill in the blanks, select missing words, or highlight incorrect words. It is observed that these are all academic contexts related to various subjects. I strongly suggest you people to start listening and reading to the academic journals that are published by researchers in the US and the Australia. While doing a small research on Google, you can try to search out academic papers. You can listen to academic journals by these researchers. This is one way that you people can try and start understanding in what way the sentences are connected and how they are completed. Now that you have known it, let's do a quick recap of what we did today. we try to understand select missing word. The intention or the purpose of this question item is to help or to understand whether the candidate can complete a sentence inclined to the context of the sentence provided in the audio. So the objective is for you to see if the candidate can understand, and based on what he observes and understands, select the most appropriate one. There are 4 options provided majority of the time, and there are only 2 or 3 such questions without any negative marking. Either the answer is correct or wrong. The sentence will begin providing you information about the entire context. Try to understand the context, the theme of the statement. This will help you to select the most correct answer, the most appropriate one. Select an option and move to the next one. Try not to consume more time in this question item. If you are not sure, select any one that you feel is as per your prediction or the assumption that you have made, and move to the next question. Pay attention to the next question. With this, we come towards the end of the video. Please ensure that you practice, prepare, and finally, you know the last P, which is perform. I wish you all the best for your practices. A very small question item for today. I'll come back in my next video, something more interesting and something more vital. Till then, continue your practice. Goodbye.